Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Christmas singing is not my forte, but this is a Christmas vlog, so here we are with my singing today. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. If I planned this correctly, this video should be going up on the 25th, but since Christmas night I will be going to a Christmas dinner party, I might have had too much champagne and this might be a little bit late, but we'll see. Hopefully it gets out on time. In any case, I would like to celebrate with you guys, so glass and not champagne. This is Val d'Orange Pomme Bio, Jus de Pomme Pétillant Bio. So it's non-alcoholic apple cider sparkling apple juice, which is one of my favorite things to drink during the winter and especially during the holidays, because like it gives you the effect of champagne, but without the horrible alcohol part, which I'm not really much of an alcohol drinker, but you know, sometimes it's fun. But when I'm by myself, you know, I like to go for this kind of stuff. So let's see. Ugh. Oh, wee! That's a good sound. Whether it's champagne or not, that's always a good sound. All right. Come on, that looks really good, right? Oh, yeah. That's good. Okay. Any case, what I wanted to do today is, right now it is the Sunday before Christmas, and as I was wandering the bookshop, as one does when one already has too many books, I found this short story collection, Xmas stories, and it's basically Christmas stories by a bunch of Japanese authors. And let's see, there's Asai Ryo, Shirokawa Mito, Asano Atsuko, Miura Shion. So these are actually all authors that I know nothing of. I've never actually heard their names, but they did this collection of short stories about Christmas. And I thought it'd be really interesting to see what Christmas is in Japan, like how they interpret the whole concept of Christmas in Japan. So there are, how many stories? There are six stories. There's about short of 300 pages, about 280 pages in this short story collection. And since this is my Japanese language December, I thought this would be incredibly on theme, and I'd like to try to read this by Christmas. I don't really expect that to happen because I am quite busy this week. I might only get to one story, maybe 2 stories, 3 stories. But in any case, I just kind of wanted to like document the process of reading this, because I thought it was just a really, really good, interesting concept of Christmas in Japan, because it's going to be different here. Christmas is not a traditionally Japanese holiday. In fact, Christmas in Japan is not really a family holiday like it is in the Western countries. Christmas has been developed mostly by marketers in Japan. So basically different brands were seeing how much money the Christmas holiday made abroad, and they wanted to bring that to Japan. They wanted to use it as an excuse to make a lot of money here, and it's doing quite well. But Christmas in Japan is actually a couple's holiday. It's not a family holiday, it's a couple's holiday. And usually you go out on a date with your boyfriend or girlfriend and you have a nice dinner and you exchange presents. And in Japan they're ridiculously expensive because young couples are kind of materialistic, but that's besides the point. First story is by Asai Ryo, and it's actually already 65 pages long. So just the first story itself is quite long, but when I checked the reading level at the bookstore, it seemed at a good, like, easy level to where I can, like, quickly get through it without too much difficulty. So anyway, yeah. Cheers to you, and to Christmas, and to happy holidays, and winter, and fun, and festivities. And I really hope you're having a good evening, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Thanks. So it's officially Wednesday night, and I am officially off work, and I have started my winter vacation. So I am opening up another bottle of sparkling white grape juice, this time by an Italian maker. So today, I've already drank the other bottle. Let's say that since Sunday night, since the last time I appeared in this video, I have done a better job drinking cider than I have reading. I've read one story so far. It was 65 pages. So the story is called Gyaksan by Asai Ryo. And Gyaksan basically means like counting backwards, or if you want to do it like in a more mathematical sense, it's like kind of like doing an inverse equation. Oh, that's gonna fizz. And that's not exactly how I would translate the story. You'd have to think about how I translate the story, but you know, I wouldn't go with the literal translation. But basically, the story is about a girl who, a 26-year-old woman, not a girl, a 26-year-old woman who is sitting at her computer one day and notices that the password, before there's like 60 days before she has to switch out the password, and she's obsessed that within this time something needs to happen, or something is going to happen. And basically she's this woman who is obsessed with the idea that everything requires a perfect moment, and she thinks that in her life she hasn't really experienced much. She's 26, she's only had one like semi-boyfriend back in high school, and since then she hasn't dated anyone. And this is not as exciting as the last bottle, is it? It's without the poo. Anyway, she has this like habit of, when she's outside, she looks at people, she people watches, and she imagines how they got to that point. So if there's a couple holding hands, she thinks, okay, what was the event, what was the pivotal moment that caused them to finally declare their love for each other? And she's fairly like over dramatic and overly romantic with all these ideas. And she always thinks there's something important and monumental and incredibly positive about other people's lives, and she's wondering why it didn't happen to her. And so it's kind of just about that. And how does that relate to Christmas? Well, that one boyfriend, let me try this. Sweeter than the other bottle and less bubbly, but still tasty. Anyway, so that semi-boyfriend had told her, oh, look at your birthday. If you count backwards, your parents totally slept with each other over Christmas. And that kind of built in her mind is like, okay, that was the pivotal moment. That was it. And yeah, it's just kind of her obsession with that. And it's an interesting take on a Christmas story. But like, I didn't hate it. And I did struggle reading a little bit. Like, it took a good 25 pages. And I realized why. It's because the sentences of this author's writing style, he uses really, really long sentences. And I'm not used to that anymore, because a lot of the books I have been reading recently, the pronouns are very well defined about who's speaking, because in Japanese you don't always really require pronouns, so a lot of conversation is very context based. So I've been used to having books that have really well defined pronouns, and very short sentences because they're much more action-oriented type stories. But this one, there's a lot more reflection. So when she's thinking to herself, it's very much almost stream of consciousness, and that creates really long sentences. So I had to really get used to it. I mean, I would read a sentence, and by the time I got to the end of it, I'd forgotten the beginning. So it took a little while to get into, but I did find a flow. Of course, now I finished the story, and I have to now get into the style of someone else. But interesting start. It was an interesting start. So the next story is called Kimi ni tsudaetatte. Like, I want to tell you. There's something I need to tell you. There's something I want to tell you. By Asano Atsuko. So, this story is about 40 pages. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't look too difficult. We'll see what happens. But it's Wednesday night, and it's kind of late. It's already 11:30 because I've just been watching Friends, and I had a violin lesson, and then I've just been sitting on my couch and just enjoying my winter vacation. But I don't have any plans tomorrow. And Friday, until my friend comes over mid-afternoon, I won't have plans anytime either. So maybe I'll get some reading. In any case, I will update you. Have you noticed my Christmas tree yet? It's very interesting. Let me show you. So here's my beautiful Christmas tree, and it's my Texas tree for the most part. So I'm from Texas, and I collect ornaments. So I have all these like gold plated, or like this, what's this technique called? I forget. But I have all these gold plated Texas theme ornaments, and I absolutely love them. Here's the armadillo. This one's awesome. This one's in the shape of Texas with the longhorn, cotton, the oil fields. This one over here is my hometown, Austin, Texas. So that's just downtown, the Capitol, 6th Street. So that's just really awesome. And you can see there's like LED lights, so at night it gets all sparkly and stuff. Then to represent Tokyo, I have University of Tokyo. This is actually a bookmark that I just turned into an ornament. But since I worked on the campus for a while, this is my souvenir. And then of course I need the Eiffel Tower to represent France, Paris. So yeah, that's my tree. Love it. Good morning. It is Christmas morning, and I think it's time to see what's under the Christmas tree. Under the Christmas tree. Ooh. All right, Christmas opening time from Santa, which is me, by the way. I'm Santa. These are presents I bought for myself. So let's start with the big item. Actually, they're both big items, but Cartier. So, nice. Cartier. Ooh, lovely. Little diamond bracelet. Yes, I bought myself diamonds. Ladies, frost yourself. So thank you, me. Although, I think I need to be better dressed for the occasion. Oh, Merry Christmas indeed. Okay. All right. This is what happens when you're single. You have to make joyous occasions for yourself. So, let's see. Lovely. Nice. So, first Christmas present. Yes, I bought myself Cartier. Actually, I bought myself this back in November. I've been wanting to make a big jewelry purchase like this for about 3 years, and I finally made the plunge when I found the amazing Justin Clou bracelet from Cartier, and then I got the diamond version, so very, very exciting. So that's my first Christmas gift. And the next one, which is equally exciting, can you guess what it is? Ooh, let's unwrap it. It's a new violin bow because I've been borrowing a violin bow from a fellow member of my orchestra. I haven't had my own this entire time, but with my violin teacher we went to a shop 2 weeks ago and we finally found the perfect bow for me. So I ended up getting a Alexander Langhoff bow from Germany. So very excited. The balance is just absolutely wonderful. It's a little heavier on this side, which is good for me because it allows me to have much more control over my dynamics when I'm at the tip. And then a lighter frog so that I'm not losing control when I get closer to the frog. So yeah, Merry Christmas to me. Anyway, I wanted to update you on my Christmas stories book. So yesterday, Thursday, I didn't really do much. And by I didn't do much, I did nothing. My most productive thing was I read the second story of this little short story anthology, Xmas stories. It was by Asano Atsuko, and it's called Kimi ni tsudaitakutte, which means I want to tell you. I have something to tell you. I need to tell you. And basically, it was this story about just this girl's first boyfriend, and how does it relate to Christmas? Well, the first time they were physically together was Christmas Eve. And this was back in high school, and then they go off to college, different colleges, but nearby. But she gets a little possessive, and she gets very, she asks him to move. She asked him if they should move in together, and he said, no, let's take our time. Like, I'm really taking into consideration our future, and I don't think I need to have a little bit of individual time at this moment. While still in a relationship with you, I still need a little bit of individual time. But I am taking our future into consideration. I think this is better for our relationship. And she's kind of like distraught, and she thinks he's losing interest in her. And so she kind of gets upset with him in another Christmas Eve, because Christmas Eve is supposed to be the special moment for them. But she gets mad at him because his part-time job, his boss from his part-time job calls him and tells him they need him at work, and he says, I'm sorry, but I have to go, but I'll see you later. And she gets really upset because she thinks that, oh, he really doesn't care about me because he doesn't understand how important this day is for me. And so she runs off, he runs after her, gets hit by a car, dies, she feels guilty, and then it's the story about that and her future. And it becomes supernatural, a story. He kind of comes back as a ghost, but in a good way. So it's weird. It's an interesting choice for a Christmas story. But yeah, so I read that in full, and that was a good 50 pages. And I did start the third story, which is called Hitori de wa muri ga aru, which means there are some things you can't do by yourself. So I read the first 10 pages or so of that story. I have another 30 pages, I think. So we'll see if I can get that finished today. Today I do need to do a little bit of shopping for tonight. Not in this, I will be changing. But I do need to do a little bit of shopping for tonight. And then just come back here and do some organization. And then my friend's coming over around 3 p.m. And then we're gonna hang out before we go to our other friend's house at 6 p.m. for Christmas dinner. So don't know if I can finish this, but I am gonna try today. In any case, so far, it's a very lovely Christmas. So thank you to Santa, me, thank you to me, thank you to Cartier, who have not sponsored this video, although I would love them to sponsor a video. But no, I did purchase this myself. And thank you to my violin bow for being a good match for me, for being there when I needed it to be there. So very excited.
いやもうこれはインスタグラムに上げるしかないやつやろ。
Good morning, everyone. I had so much fun last night at the Christmas dinner. I did feel I got a little bit sick. I ended up not drinking any alcohol at all, just because my body, I was just like, I don't know, I don't think I drank enough water yesterday, so I wasn't feeling very good. But it was such a wonderful dinner. My friend made a roast chicken, and then he made a strawberry shortcake, which was delicious. That's a very stereotypical, common, traditional, I mean, traditional in this, even in the sense that Japan doesn't really technically celebrate Christmas, not in the way like that we do in the US, but and I don't know why I said the US, but like in other Western countries. But yeah, it was such a good night. It was unfortunate I felt a little bit under the weather, but it was such a good night. We exchanged presents and it was really, really fun. But yeah, I didn't read anything else from that short story collection yesterday. I was just too busy enjoying the moment and having fun, and I ended up doing my nails, Christmas nails and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm just gonna end the vlog with that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas, is having a wonderful Christmas. By the time I post this, you should still be Christmasing. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.